Welcome to Allie's Attic Show, where you never know what kind of surprise you're going to find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise, unbelievable. She's an American performer from Slapout, Alabama. She's wowed audiences since the age of 10. She plays several instruments, guitar, piano, and classical violin. And at the age of 20, she won the statewide Artist Showcase Stars of Alabama, along with a whole bunch more, and I'm going to let her tell you all about it. Please say hello to Jessica Meuse. Hello, Jessica.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Okay, so I watched you on. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm
You're
just,
good.
I'm so excited because I watched you on American Idol. Now, you are also on season 3 of NBC's The Voice. You made it to the blind auditions, right?
Yeah, they actually never aired me.
Are you serious? That's not
Yeah,
nice.
they never aired me, and it was a blessing in disguise because if they had aired me, I would have been under what's called a reality hold in the contract, and I would have never been able to do American Idol the next year.
Ah, well, thank God they didn't. Okay, then I'm happy they didn't. Because then you were selected by American Idol judges Keith Urban, Jennifer Lopez, and Harry Connick Jr. for season 13 of the TV series, which I watched. My whole family watched. So we don't know you, but we, you know what I mean.
You don't know me, but you kind of do.
Exactly. Now, you rose to be a top 4 national finalist, and you were also the first person in the history of Idol to perform your own original song during the finals.
I didn't know that until I found out that I had a Wikipedia page because when you're on a show like that, you get to a point where you're like, I'm going to Google myself. And I did. And I went to my wiki page and I was like, oh, damn, I didn't know that.
They didn't even tell you that?
Hell no. They didn't tell me any of that. I had to go on Wiki and find that out.
Oh my God. So
Yeah.
what was it like? I mean, I've interviewed a lot of people that have been on The Voice and American Idol and America's Got Talent. And the contracts that I'm hearing that you guys have to sign are insane. I know you probably can't talk about it.
It's your soul. And I remember when I was doing The Voice, because it was in kind of its infancy at that point in season 3, the contract sucked so bad.
Yeah.
It like wanted my original songs and stuff. And I'm actually really happy that didn't work out because my songs are my babies and they know that you don't have any leverage to give them. So you can't really do anything. You have to sign it if you want to be on the show.
Oh my God. And well, and
Yeah.
you know what? Like, I love Blake Shelton, but that's besides the point. You don't see a lot of people from The Voice making it. Like, you know what I don't, they win and then I don't hear about them at all ever again.
I don't understand that because I've wondered, because at least American Idol has a pretty good track record. The only people who flop are honestly the people who don't hustle and hit the ground running when they're off the show. And it's very easy to get caught up in the Hollywood glitter and glamour of it all. But you have to keep rooted and remember, like, this is a for real job and it's all about hustle and it's all about the business part of it. It's not even about your talent to an extent. But yeah, I don't understand why on The Voice you only hear about, like, I know Raylan, she was, what, the first winner ever, I think?
I think so.
But she is just now coming around.
Well,
you're just now starting to really see and hear Raylan, and she's kind of doing her own thing.
same with Danielle Haskell. Like, at first you kind of heard about her and then she kind of went away and now she's slowly coming back. And what is the other one? Oh, I can't remember her name. She does a song that I absolutely love, but I can't remember her name. She was a rock artist and she went country.
Are you talking about Cassidy?
Yes, Cassidy Pope. There we go.
She was my season.
Oh, really? That's so cool.
One
Well, yeah.
season I lost.
Oh, yeah. But at least you got to meet her, I guess. I don't know. She seems to finally, like, she did the one song that I really liked. And then she came back to The Voice as like I don't know, somebody that helps the artists or whatever. I don't know what they're called.
Okay.
But yeah, she seems to finally be coming into her own. But yeah, it seems to take a while. Like I interviewed Sundance Head. You don't hear about him at all. And he won.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what it is. It's got to be a contractual thing, and it's got to be the NBC Universal brand, and they must have some sort of like a legal thing that they're holding people back.
yeah, I think so. So I'm kind of glad that you went on American Idol because otherwise we wouldn't be talking and we wouldn't be talking about your current single, which is Thank God It Didn't Work. And
Yeah.
you're signed to LA Group Management and it's your first full-length album called Half-Hearted. And it's released on Warrior Records. Well, I just about gave you a different label. Now,
Yeah, I'm an indie label all the way.
all the way. Are you staying that way? Do you like being indie?
I really do like it because when I was in the studio, for instance, I had a lot of creative freedom, and the songs on the album are the way that I want them to sound. And I felt like with my team, they had a lot to contribute, but we never bumped heads. Like we agreed on it. It made it better to have our all of our brains in the room versus just having it one way or another. And I was ultimately able to say yay or nay at the end of the day, which
Yeah.
I thought was amazing. And you can't always do that with a major label.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I find everybody gets sick of me saying this, I'm sure, but I listen to the radio, obviously. And when I'm listening to the top, like, say, the top 20 Billboard artists, I have to, like, sometimes Shazam it because I think I'm listening to the same artist again.
Don't even get me started, girl. I can just I can go all day talking about like labels and stuff.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. Well, and that's why I like doing indie. That's why everybody that I interview is indie. Well, not everybody. I interviewed the Oak Ridge Boys, so they're
Oh,
not
that's
indie.
cool.
Yeah, they were. You know what? Joe Bonzel is all for women being like more women in country music. He said there wasn't enough, and that was like 2 years
I,
ago.
I like that. I think I don't really understand why it has to be a man's world when women can do so well as well. Like we do equal, if not better work. Sorry, guys, but like if you just watch the show about the Grammys, it was pretty much it was powered by females,
It
and I really
was.
like seeing that because I've lived it, and it's very hard as a female, especially in country music. Oh my god!
And
But
it blows my mind because it didn't used to be that way. Remember? Like, I mean, Dolly
it's
Parton.
the weirdest thing, yeah. And now it's like they play X amount of men, but every now and then they'll throw in one woman, but they don't use something back to back. And there's all these rules, like in radio and all this stuff.
That's crazy. Well, I'm glad that it's getting better. It seems to be. And like you said, the Grammys, it was a lot of women. And thank God, I loved watching it.
And it was one of my favorite Grammy shows ever. And it wasn't just because I was finally there in person and not sitting and slap out watching it on TV, but I think overall it was an amazing show.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed it. Now, you also joined the Idols Live Tour performing in 40 plus cities across the USA and Canada. I wish if you would have been in Winnipeg, I could have seen you. Um, and let's talk about, okay, so why is your album called Half Hearted? Because it can be taken so many different ways.
Yeah, I like to do that. I like to play with words. I like to write. I've written everything on that album except for Jigsaw Puzzle, and that was more of a placement type song anyway. And I just kept writing them. But Half-Hearted is not about, oh, let me half-ass this, not put my all in this. It's more about the duality of life and the yin and the yang and the good and the bad and just growing from that. And ultimately, my entire message as a human being who makes music is about strength, and it's about finding your own strength, and all of that ties together with your adversities and your hardships and the trials that you have to overcome to become who you are meant to be.
Wow. That's
That's deep, I know.
Yeah, and it's awesome. Now, let's talk about I love this song. Let's talk about your single, Thank God It Didn't Work. It's currently being promoted to country outlets around the country. And I love listening to a song that makes me think about stuff that I've gone through. And there's a couple of your songs that I listen to and I'm like, oh my God, did she live my life? So let's talk about that. And one of the things I like is when you said, thank God it didn't work when you're talking about The Voice, because then you wouldn't have gone to, the Idol and you wouldn't be where you are now. And so, yeah, thank God it didn't work. And basically that's the message.
I wrote it about.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was going to get back to that, and I almost talked about it earlier, but I didn't want to do it all out of place in the interview. But I wrote Thank God It Didn't Work. It was my first co-write, and I was driving up to Nashville, which is it's almost a 5-hour drive from where I live in Alabama. And I had ample time to think about what I wanted to bring to this writing session. And I started thinking about everything in my life that didn't work and was actually a good thing. And the first thing I thought of was that The Voice didn't want me, and it broke my heart so bad. Like, I can't even express to you how much it hurts to be, I think I had just turned like 21, And I was so naive. I was going to college full time. I get this call from The Voice, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to make it. And I had like happy tears in my eyes. And then I get out there, they put me up for a whole month in one of the hotels. I'm doing all these vocal coaching lessons. I'm getting all my stuff prepped. I'm doing interviews. And I was telling myself, oh my God, I'm finally going to make it. All this playing every single night and all of this hard work is finally going to pay off. And then your heroes don't turn around.
Oh my God.
And that, I would have rather been slapped, I think.
Well, and you know, I always wonder, because when nobody turns around, I mean, you're laying your heart out on that stage when you get up there.
Yeah, and I think it's because at the end of the day, and I know this now in hindsight, but TV is TV.
Yeah.
It's a different industry. Yes, it's the entertainment industry, but TV and music are two separate things. And I do feel, The Voice is fun. It's fun to watch, but most of the people who are watching it have no idea what's really going on. And I'm not like dissing anybody, but it's very tough. And sometimes, and I saw it on American Idol, I saw amazing people who I was like, oh, damn, they're really good. I'm going to lose. And they got cut. So it's not about 100% talent. You can be all right, you can be mediocre, but it really is about what do you bring to the table, and are the stars lined up for you at that time? Because a lot of it is by chance.
Well, and like I tell a lot of people, at the end of the day, it's reality TV.
Exactly. And the reality is what most people at home don't see.
Yeah, exactly. And I couldn't imagine what you felt. Like if I can't sing. I mean, everybody can sing. I just don't sing well. If I went on The Voice, and I mean, like, I'm seriously in love with Blake Shelton. Like, I don't even like Gwen Stefani anymore. But anyway, if he wouldn't turn around for me, I don't know how you managed to pick yourself up and then the next year go to American Idol.
I mean, it hurt. And the thought about quitting crosses your mind. But one thing I did learn about myself through this whole process, and that I still learn about myself every day, is that I can do so many things, and quitting is not one of those things. So it's like that Shawn Mendes song. It's just not in my blood. And I know what I'm meant to do. And I also trust in a higher power that if something isn't meant to work out, I ride the wave. Because it wasn't meant to be. If it's meant to be, it's going to be. And as long as I'm doing what I really like to do, and I'm doing it the right way, then I think that eventually it's going to click and the stars will all align and it's going to work out the way that it's supposed to. And you can't sit here and worry about things that you can't change.
Exactly. And I'm a firm believer in what you put out comes back.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you're also a fitness buff. And you're an ambassador for various products. I know on your website right now, you are doing a fundraiser for St. Jude's, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I do a lot of stuff with St. Jude. I'm actually doing multiple fundraisers with them right now.
And it's on her website. So everybody, please, please go and donate because it's a very, very important cause. You also work like domestic violence, which I've gone through. So that's near and dear to my heart.
Oh, I'm sorry you went through that. Nobody deserves that.
No, gosh, no.
I'm passionate about that stuff too because I know what it feels like to really truly feel like you are worthless because you've been gaslit so much for so long.
Yeah, it's awful. I'm very glad that I'm finally away from that and I can help people because I've gone through it. And also the Children's Cancer Association, while continuing to record and tour, you're very busy.
I'm insanely busy. I don't really know how I'm alive sometimes. I'm also in school.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm a psychology student at the University of Alabama in Birmingham.
Wow. See, and you know what? When I was a radio announcer, I did it for 18 years. I always told everybody, make sure you have a backup job. I think it's the same in the entertainment industry. Make sure you have something to go to if that doesn't work for you.
I genuinely love psychology, and it's one of those things that I went to college for a couple of years when I was younger. I'm a junior right now. I'm just trying to finish the damn thing. But I didn't know what I wanted to do for so long. They don't really teach you that in high school. You know, they don't say, hey, you really need to think about what you want to be. I was always, I want to be a singer. I want to be a singer. And I always knew that and been pursuing it. But then I got to a point where I was like, I think that psychology would help me in what I do and with these reality TV shows. And I've had to talk to the psychiatrists and stuff on the show to make sure that you're not crazy and going to kill yourself because you didn't win.
Oh my God.
And it just, all of the things that a musician goes through, I just want to learn about everything in the brain. It's the coolest thing in the world. And
Wow.
I'm just a nerd, and I'm taking an extraterrestrial class right now.
That is awesome. That is awesome. I think I can't believe you're that's really cool. And I didn't know that you have to talk to a psychiatrist on these shows. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
that's crazy. Okay, so other points to note. Thank God it didn't work. Was on Taste of Country 17 songs from women in country that demand your attention. Billboard magazine featured Jessica Meuse explains why the album title Half Hearted doesn't mean what you think. You were featured in Cowboy and Indians magazine, Best Female Vocalist finalist, the 14th annual International Acoustic Music Awards, 2017 Female Vocalist of the Year, Texas Country Music Association. Now, I said when I was talking to you before we even started the interview, your voice is like warm whiskey, and I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but that's what it just reminds me of. And you've got a bit of Tanya Tucker in you, like just your attitude and your voice, and I love it.
Thank you. I mean, I grew up listening to Tanya and like Faith Hill and Trisha Yearwood, the old school stuff, like those strong powerhouse women like Martina McBride.
Yeah.
So that's a huge compliment to me.
Well, you're welcome. It's true. And I'm going to be watching you walk across the Grammys stage to get an award. I swear to God.
Day, I'm trying.
I swear, and I better get a shout out. No, I'm joking. Just say, hey, Allie. No. Okay, so Jessica, because you've gone through all of this stuff, and I mean, you're taking psychology. Is it psychology? Yeah, psychology, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, is there a different word for it? No. Because you're doing all this stuff, if you had any advice to give anybody that was just starting out in the industry or going on The Voice or American Idol or whatever, what kind of advice do you think you'd give them based on what you've gone through so far?
My biggest advice is it's two things, really. The first thing is no matter how little success or how much success you achieve in whatever it is that you want to do, don't ever forget why you started, because I've seen so many people and grown apart from so many people because they have lost themselves and forgotten who they are because of the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, or they get a couple bucks in their bank account and they just go crazy. So just always remember why you started and what makes you happy about what you're doing. And then my second thing is I tell people, remember who you are and just be yourself. If somebody doesn't like you, who cares? There will always be one person who just doesn't like you, and they probably don't even have a reason, but even if they did, who freaking cares? So just do you and love what you do, and remember why you do what you do, and enjoy the ride, because you have one life and one shot, and you need to just do it, because nobody lays on their deathbed wishing they had worked more at a job that they hate.
Oh my God, that is such good advice. Nobody's ever said that before. That is so good. Okay, now what two songs are we going to hear from you?
You are going to hear Love Her Better.
Yes.
About an idiot that I accidentally dated.
Haven't we all?
You're going to hear Half-Hearted, which is not half-hearted at all.
And we already found out what that means. And you can purchase Jessica's music pretty much everywhere online. You can also go to her website. I can't talk anymore. It's jessicamuse.com. I'm going to spell it for you because this is going to be YouTube. So it's Jessica, and then it's meuse.com. And that's where the St. Jude's is going on right now too, on your homepage on your website, and that is very important. And I love when artists do stuff like that, and I love when artists try to convey messages where, you know, we all have to kind of come together and work together, and I love what you do. End of story.
Thank you, and I hope that I get to meet you sometime.
Oh, that would be so cool. That would be awesome. Well, if you ever
Grammys, we'll hang out at the Grammys.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I might be co-hosting an awards show in Nashville this year. So I might be in Nashville. So hopefully we are there at the same time and we can kind of say, hey, that would be cool. I want to go to Nashville, period. It's been a bucket list.
So find me on Facebook and we'll be friends.
All right, will do. And thank you so much, Jessica, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on my show. I totally appreciate it, and I wish you all the best success.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was fun.
And thank you for joining me on Allie's Attic Show. Keep checking my website because you never know what kind of surprise you're going to find in my attic. Cheers.
still taste that whiskey kiss. Last time I said I had enough of this, I let him walk, but I wish I hid the keys. He broke my heart and he sped off fast, and looking back at how the broken glass shattered more than just these small town dreams. And just to think I nearly jumped in, it's no use in looking back on what might have been. Lord knows I ain't never going back again. Things you forgive that you just can't forget. And I've been through hell, but I've come to find I've always had an angel by my side. But that told me it didn't hurt, but thank God it didn't work. Another day, another night alone. Sometimes I still smell a sweet cologne. It might be best if I just fall asleep. I can't live with the way this feels. I could hold the Bible, get down and kneel, or grab the bottle above the bathroom sink. Let's just say the Bible's still collecting dust. There's no use in looking back on what might have been. Lord knows I ain't never going back again. Things you forgive that you just can't forget. And I've been through hell, but I've come to find I've always had an angel by my side. But that told me it didn't hurt, but thank God it didn't work. There's no use in looking back on what might have been. Lord knows I ain't never going back again. Things you forgive that you just can't forget. And I've been through hell, but I've come to find I've always had an angel by my side. But that told me it didn't hurt. If there's one thing I've learned, it's thank God it didn't work. Thank God it didn't work. I never really understood just why, how to throw an investment in the dark gray sky like it never really happened at all when it started. Guess I'm not half-hearted. I wake up every day to the bright morning sun. I fall asleep every night, think of things that I've done. I think of all the people and how different I could have become. I could have been a doctor, I could have been a nurse. I could have been better, but I could have been worse. Ever since the beginning, I've just been self-made and high-strung. So I picked up a guitar and I picked up a pen, and instead of going out, I chose to stay in. I never slept around and I never really got into drugs. I had too much self-respect to have respect from my peers, so they called me anorexic and laughed at my tears. Only a lesbian who understood an outcast ever gave me a hug. And I never really understood just why, how to throw an investment in the dark gray sky like it never really happened at all. When it started, guess I'm not half-hearted. I hated him for a while for the pain I had endured, and they asked me for friendship as if that was the cure. I tried to feel better, so I went out to every venue and played. I got on TV and I got on the news, kept writing my songs and racking up views. I forgot to remember them, and that was when I truly forgave. Because it's not about their actions, it's how you react. Do you silently fight, or do you just step back? Because haters only hate a threat that makes them feel weak. And it took me years through the Xanax and booze to understand the life you live is the life that you choose. Walk the walk and practice what you preach. 'Cause I never really understood just why, how to throw an investment in the dark gray sky like it never really happened at all. When it started, guess I'm not half-hearted. 'Cause it's about finding strength in the message you make, writing your story and filling the page, the highs and the lows and the scars that you show you hide. You can self-medicate or try talking hate, but you're the only one who can stand in your way. No matter where you're from, I'm always on your side. 'Cause I never really understood just why, how to throw an investment in the dark gray sky like it never really happened at all. When it started, guess I'm not half-hearted. No, I never really understood just why, how to throw an investment in the dark gray sky like it never really happened at all. When it started, guess I'm not half-hearted. We had a force of nature, the rock-breaking, earth-shaking kind. It's so crazy how one little thing can make a half-hearted fool leave it all behind. It was a little messed up, but nothing that we couldn't fix. I just thank God that you walked away, 'cause I was building a house with no bricks. I hope you love her better, better than you love me. You screwed around, chained our love down until you made it bleed. I hope you love her better, better than you love me. 'Cause baby, that shouldn't be hard to do. Oh Lord, it was harder for me. Was gasoline on a fire when you started seeing her on the side? It's so crazy how one tiny man can